So next I want to show you how to cast some window light. Now there's definitely more than one way to do this. I'm just going to show you my go-to for this exercise. Now the first thing you want to do is place a window or an image that you like to utilize for this casting. So I'm going to go ahead and just place a window. File, place. Now I'm going to go ahead and place linked because I'm not going to actually need this image later on. I'm only utilizing it for a second to mask and then it's trash. So I don't need to take the image with me. So I'm just going to place this. Now once I have the window placed, I'm going to go ahead and use my quick selection tool to grab the white area. So holding down Shift on my keyboard, I'm just going to click one little dot in the center of the white and grab my form. Next, I'm going to add an adjustment layer. You're going to need to have your layers panel open. So if you don't have that open, make sure you go to Window, Layers. The adjustment layer looks like a yin and yang symbol at the bottom of your layers panel. Go ahead and click that and choose Levels. Once you have this selected, you can go ahead and turn off the Windows layer because you only need the Levels layer. Now with the levels selected, you typically have what's called properties that will pop up. If it does not automatically pop up, go to Windows and go down to your properties word right here and it'll open that panel for you. Now for me, what I like about utilizing this is that when you get a more natural effect with the lighting, if you decrease the white, you can see the icon coming in here. Alright, so what we want is we want the background black and the window itself to have the white light. So we need to inverse this mask. So we're going to click our little Japanese flag icon in our properties panel, which is our mask icon, and we're going to click our mask feature here and choose invert. So now you can see the light inside the window and then it kind of darkens the area around it, right? It's a little more natural than forcing light by doing a white little section. So the first thing I'm going to do is I want to slightly feather this. I want to soften this form up, right? When you look at window light, it's not, or even shadows for that matter, they're not that crisp. They're right there a little hazy. So I'm going to create this and kind of get a natural look. Something around 5 or 6 usually works. It can go up to 7. 5 to 7 range, somewhere in between there. Play with it, see what you like based on the window you choose. And then you can go back to your levels and I can either darken or lighten depending on the effect that I want. Once I have kind of the lighting I want and the effect I want, you can adjust the size and scale of this mask. And you can also tweak or transform it a little bit to have maybe it's slanted or skewed, stuff like that. So for the shortcut, it's Command or Control T, but you can also find this by going to Edit, Transform. Now I'm just going to start with the basic scale and go from there. So if you have Shift, if you hold down Shift, it keeps in proportion. If you hold down Alt, that's center out. So both of those play a role here, okay? If you want to skew the center of here, shift it, I recommend going back to the transform and then going to skew. Shift the window over. If you want to distort a little bit, you can also do transform and you can do perspective and you can change the perspective a little bit. If you want to tweak it, if you want to tweak it the other direction. So depending on the natural window light that you have in the room and what you're trying to achieve, you can see how you can manipulate the form to get the visual effect that you're hoping for. Using my Move tool, go ahead and uncheck your auto selection. Then I can make sure I'm on my levels layer and I can move my window around to achieve the effect that I'm hoping for. If it's a little crisp or you made an adjustment from here, you can go back to your mask and you can increase the feathering or decrease it, shift it, and change it. You can also go to transform and play with the other variations of the transformation options. We will be getting into these in later videos, so if there's something specific that you would like to learn about, they will be addressed. We're just working with the basics right now, which is scale, rotate, skew, and perspective. Once you have the visual effect that you are hoping for and you've completed this, I'm actually going to pull my window out of my frame. So I'm going to hit my transformation and just drag it a little bit larger so it's coming out of my form. Alright, so now that I'm actually somewhat content with this solution, I'm going to go ahead and save this by going to File, Save As, and then again you want to make sure you name this correctly. That's E4, last name, first name, capitalizing that first and last initial. I'm doing an underscore, and this is CastingLight, which is section 2 of your exercise, so I'm putting a 2. And then I'm going to go ahead and change my format to JPEG. I still always encourage you to remember to save this as a PDF. You can use this for later reference or to make changes in the future. Go ahead and choose Save. And the quality of 12 is great. I wouldn't go below a 10. And go ahead and choose OK. And now you're ready for the next video.